Yeah. Hey guys. Yeah, this is Puntoro. I hate to record this video actually. But I believe this is something important that we Christians, especially maybe Asians in America and probably all over the world, um, need to realize something that we often just take it for granted. That everything that we see in America is like godly thing, or Americans are Christians and stuff like that. When America was founded by the godly founding fathers and stuff like that. You know what? I live in America, and it has been many years, couple decades, and I started to realize that a lot of those things are just not true. Yeah, if you look at the history honestly with honest, you know, research and stuff, you will find out that a lot of American founding fathers are deists. They're not even Christians. Some of them are Christians, but most of them are not. Even they are Christian, they have a lot of different background views on the. Most of them are closer to the liberal Christians today. If you look at it from today's perspective, they are not like a conservative Christians or Christians who, hate other denomination or other group behind them. I mean, there are some that are like that actually. If you look at the Boston situation in the early revolution and stuff like that. But you know what? Until today, a lot of Asian Americans are being brainwashed that, oh yeah, we are Christians, so we need to defend the white Christians or white MAGA or something crazy things that the right wing singers are promoting. You know what? Let's talk about Bible. I just want to quote like a very short, simple statement from Jesus Christ, our Lord, which is from Matthew 7:15. Beware of false prophet. This is what Jesus says. It's a something that is often mentioned in the church, but we rarely discuss about how do we differentiate the true prophet and the false prophets. And Jesus actually gave us a guidelines on the Matthew 7, if you read it. Jesus said, beware of false prophets because they came like a sheep, but they're actually ferocious wolves. That's what Jesus said. And you know what Jesus actually told us how to differentiate it? Jesus said, you look at from the fruit. Look at from the fruit. A good tree cannot bear bad fruit, and a bad tree cannot bear good fruit. That's what Jesus said. Simple. So, now let's say we look at a famous so-called Christian faith defender or whatever it is, apologet or something, whatever it is, but who was tragically shot and died and got a famous Medal of Honor or whatever it is. Do you think he is a Christian? Do you really believe he is Christian? Do you really believe that he actually care about Christianity, knows Christianity, and knows about Christ or anything? I mean, I hate to say this, but for a person who always wear a bulletproof suit under his shirt when he goes talking to somebody, it seems like this guy rely on just his own thing. He doesn't believe in God. Probably he just I wear this shirt because probably he's scared somebody will try to kill him or stab him or something. Why would he do that? Why was he scared of anybody? Perhaps deep within he realized that he went everywhere, just trying to agitate people, trying to fight people, trying to debate people, sometimes with nonsense. You read a lot. I saw a lot of his debates, and I hate that. A lot of his statements are just not true. When he get cornered, he always just deflect the question and retort it with another question, so that the opponent forgot about it. That's crazy. Honestly. Okay, let's say this. One example. He said, "Oh, all immigrants must be driven away from America." Is that biblical? Where in the Bible did you see that God, from Old Testament or New Testament, told us to hate aliens, hate immigrants, hate foreigners? In fact, if you look at the Old Testament, Leviticus 19:33, you will see something that is clear that, God actually told Moses to tell the Israel to treat foreigners like themselves. Like themselves. That is God's word. Now, suddenly there's this, Christian who knows it all say, "Oh yeah, we need to kick out all the illegal immigrants or whatever just because they're illegal or whatever it is, whatever it is." No, I mean the Bible in the you see in Leviticus in those days they don't differentiate between legal, illegal, or anything like that. It doesn't matter. God says, treat foreigners like yourself. Actually, if you look at America actually was founded by foreigners, most of them. I mean, the white people came to America, they took over the land from the Native Americans, and they drove the Native Americans away to reservation. A lot of them are dead in the war, a lot of them dead from the diseases and stuff that was brought by the white settlers. I mean, Americans were founded by foreigners, and, America actually was great because of many foreigners' contributions to the America. I mean, the invention of the atomic bombs was from, Europeans, foreigners who came fled from the Nazi Germany. A lot of today's advanced technological invention actually, was developed by many immigrants or sons of immigrants or like immigrants direct from China, India, and a lot of tech companies has Chinese people and Indian people. They're the cream of the crop from their countries, and they came to the United States to study, and and from here maybe they fell in love with the country, and they see opportunity to develop country because of the because the open I'm not saying open immigration, the open door policy or like more liberal policy that was ignited there. That's why a lot of them stay in America, like Jensen Huang. Jensen Huang is Chinese. He's the founder of NVIDIA. A lot of founders of tech companies like Sergey Brin. He's not American. He's not born in America. Like Yahoo's founder was Jerry Yang was Chinese too. A lot of today's CEOs from the big technology company are Indians. They are Indians who were born in India, not Indians like Native Indians or Native American. They are Indians who were born in India. So, I don't understand why the white people still have the, I don't know, the hatred, or I don't know, the envy, or I don't know. I don't understand why they have things against the foreigners, immigrants. A lot of immigrants actually do great things for America and make America great. Now you want to drive everybody away? Yeah, America will fall eventually. Sad to say that. I mean, right now, in one of the other things Charlie Kirk about civil rights movement, it should not have happened. Why? Because it gave black people and colored people rights to own their home, to have rights to vote. Is that why you don't want that to happen? You know what? All Asians, all Latino for MAGA, Asian Chinese for MAGA, Indonesian for MAGA, or whatever it is. You guys need to know that Chinese, Asians, Indonesian, or any other people from other color but white can buy home in America only after 1968 in most areas, because most areas in America has some kind of limited access for non-whites. If you look at a lot of land covenant from the past, even California, everywhere, you look at a lot of them has something say that restricted for white people. So, if you're now proud, oh, I'm rich America, I'm a self-made billionaire, self-made millionaire, self-made person, or whatever it is, you need to remember your root. You need to remember that you will not be able to buy your house if Martin Luther King Jr. did not protest and started the civil rights movement. He was finally dead. He got shot. Not like the crazy, so-called American defender thing, but he was shot. He didn't wear any bulletproof vest. He was shot by somebody who doesn't like him, more likely. But by his sacrifice, America changed. A lot of white people at the time started to realize that something that they did in the past was wrong, like slaveries, like the discriminations, against the black people, colored people, Asian, or anything. That was wrong. And a lot of people started to regret that and they started to move the other way. That's why we had the 1968 Equal Housing Opportunity Act. That was actually direct, or maybe indirect, if you can argue one way or the other, result from the civil rights movement. There is a professor from Berkeley, I forgot what's his name, that actually studied about those. And he actually claimed that it was actually the result of the civil rights movement. So if you're now proud of, hey, I'm pro-Trump, oh, I'm pro-MAGA, I want to make America great again, you're stupid. You will make America worse by supporting Trump and those crazy goons. Those people hate Asians. They just use Asians as their base, support base. That's all. The Latinos, Asian, black people. A lot of people say, Latino for MAGA, black for MAGA. Those guys are stupid. They don't even realize their past. They don't understand their history. They don't understand America's history. They don't understand how white people in the past persecuted all other colors. The Chinese was persecuted in San Francisco in the past. The Chinese Exclusion Act. A lot of Chinese women cannot come to America because they accuse them as prostitutes. You want your son, your daughter in the future to be like that? You want to one day, if Charlie Kirk and all the Trump get all their wishes, they will eventually overturn the civil rights movement, probably Equal Housing Opportunity Act. And a lot of us, proud Chinese, Indonesian, Thai, or Vietnamese, or whatever it is, you will probably lose your home. So, you want to complain to your boss, to your Savior Donald J. Trump? Please do. He doesn't care. He doesn't care about anybody. Don't get trapped by a lot of, podcaster or whatever, like, like those Christian apologists that claim to be Christian, use all the Christian words and stuff like that to justify all the white people's whiteness or white people's policy. Honestly, most of them are probably technically is considered false prophets, in my opinion. You look at what? You look at from the fruit. What is the fruit? Okay, let's say, you want to say like you hate it, you want to kick all the foreigners from America and stuff like that. Is that a good fruit or is that a bad fruit? Is that a good thing or is that a bad thing? You think a good fruit will be that thing will, it will be a bad fruit? No, according to Jesus, no, that's not happen. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. Because a good fruit is coming from a good tree. And a bad fruit is coming from a bad tree. Simple. I still don't understand why Asians supporting Trump, Charlie Kirk, or especially Christians who are defending. A lot of Indonesian Christians. I saw like YouTube videos that like defending after he got shot. I mean, I don't understand. I mean, I'm not trying to, take down somebody who already passed away. But I'm just saying that whatever he said in the past, whatever he said to people, most of them are lies. He's blaming all the black people as stupid or something because he said that the black people are just taking his place from college from white people. No. Most of the black people probably, if you look at the thing, most of the black people took the spaces from college probably from Asian American. There's a lot of Asian American actually, like suing in the past, suing some universities because they give their seat to people of colors or people with the disadvantage because of their affirmative action thing. Charlie claimed that he was once his seat was taken from university by black people. That's why he probably got bitter because of it. Though he, started hating all the black, all the Asians or stuff like that, and started using Bible to justify. But remember, folks, one thing that we need to remember: if you really believe in Jesus Christ, you can't just pick and choose what he said. It's just, you cannot just pick and choose, hey, this one, Jesus say, I am a God who, is just, I just enforce justice. No, it's just, he hardly say anything about justice, actually. A lot of things that Jesus said in his early ministry was mostly compassion, love. He cared about the poor people. He cared about, those who are, neglected or, cast away by the society, the prostitutes, even the taxpayers. Jesus doesn't care much about illegal alien justice and stuff like that. A lot of things that we talk about. Legal, this is legal, this is illegal. In fact, Jesus actually hates legality. He criticized the Pharisees for being legality when they tried to blame him because his disciples did not wash their hands before their eating. Something that was part of the Mosaic law. Something that was normal at the time, according to the Judaistic tradition. But Jesus told them, it's all from the heart. You cannot say it's something that come into you that is defile you, something that come from you that is defiling you. So if you see a person who start talking about start blaming the poor people, start to take all the services for the poor people, the health care for the poor people, start blaming all, poor people. You think this person is Christian, believe in Jesus? You must be crazy. You must be deluded. And I mean, Jesus actually said, a famous word before his death: "The poor will always be with you, but I will not." Why did he say that? I would say, I mean, in my own interpretation, probably there are two things. First, he was just responding to some of the claims of the disciples that the fancy perfume can be sold for a lot of money and can be used for the poor. But Jesus knew that they don't really care about the poor. They just use the excuses just to blame Jesus, because they think you can use the poor. If you look at other other gospel, they have like something they probably try to. There is some kind of record, but Judas tried to steal the money from it or something like that. I mean, the thing is, the poor will always be with us, probably, because Jesus probably have another meaning. They say that that we human will not be able to get rid of the poverty because of our own selfishness, our own greed. The same way that the way why some disciples in Matthew it says disciples, which is more than one. In other gospels it says just one. But why some disciples are complaining about Jesus about the fancy, the expensive perfume? Not because they care of the poor, but just they just want to blame Jesus. They just want to take the money from it and they take for them. That's why, honestly, I say today, any pastors who supported something that we need to get rid of the poor, we need to support, we need to stop all these social services or blame socialism or anything like that, they're probably not Christian. They're probably false prophets. They're not much different from Judas, who is blamed from stealing money from the, from Jesus, ministries, expenses or something. I don't know. But, I mean, it's sad, my friend. It's sad. Just wake up, guys. Wake up. I mean, I just say this. I'm not trying to say I'm more Christian, I'm more godly than any of you. No. I don't know. I don't know much about the Bible. I studied a little bit. I read a little bit, but I'm just sad right now. I'm just very sad looking at this right now in America with all the crazy things happening in America with with lawlessness. America is becoming like a Germany in 1930s. More like what I'm referring to, like So it's just getting worse and worse. Pray for America, guys. Pray that Christians can wake up, can be salt and light of the world again. A real salt of light, real salt and light of the world. That's all. God bless.